This is a tiny can of gas. And this tiny can of gas can teach us a lot about customer experience. More specifically, it is that tiny piece of plastic is the thing that is going to teach us a lot about customer experience. I want to share a story with you. I'm going to call it the tale of two tool shops. Over the weekend, I was asked to go down and present at a big conference, 900 people. I was the opening speaker on day 2. This was the day after they'd had a gala dinner that night. I was the opening speaker because I do a routine using nail guns. I basically play Russian roulette with nail guns.
3, 2, 1, go!
It's a really good routine that not only wakes the audience up and creates this high impact moment, which is really great on a morning when you've got a lot of people in the audience with bad hangovers. Now, I can't fly around the country with these little cans of gas, so whenever I arrive in a location, I have to find a hardware store to buy 4 cans of gas so that I can do the nail gun routine. Unbeknownst to me, the company that supply the gas with this little plastic nozzle decided that they're going to stop supplying the little plastic nozzle. Now, I didn't know this. So I landed in Melbourne, went to a tool shop, asked for 4 cans of gas, opened up the box and said, hey, the little orange nozzle things are missing. The guy in the tool shop said, no, they don't supply them anymore. You now just get this piece. I then explained the situation, that I'm doing a presentation on stage tomorrow. I need these. I've just flown down from the Gold Coast, so I don't have any of these spare anymore for the new gas cylinders. So could you get hold of some for me? At this point, the gentleman in the tool shop became very disengaged. He realized that this was literally only worth about $10. I pleaded and sort of said, well, look, can you look at how quick you could get some in? I was presenting the following day. So if we could get them by courier, we might be able to get them that afternoon or first thing the following morning. He made a phone call and said, I can get them for you, but you're not going to get them by Tuesday. I said, well, what if I pay a premium? I'll pay whatever it takes to get these things couriered to you this afternoon. Absolutely no way, was not interested. However, and this is the thing, on the phone call, he was told that there was a company in Melbourne that had some of these. So I said, well, can you tell me whereabouts that place is so that I can go and grab them? His manager walked over and said, don't tell him whereabouts they are because that's our direct competition. So I'm now stood in a tool shop. I've explained the situation to them. They can't help me out with replacing these. I would have bought them from them had they been in the store, but they did know of another tool shop that had these that could solve my problem, but they wouldn't tell me because it was a direct competition. I'm gonna be honest with you and say that pissed me off just a little bit because I needed these things. I couldn't do my routine without these little gas cylinders. It was either that or I spend $4,000 and buy 4 new nail guns. And I definitely wasn't gonna buy them from this shop because, let's face it, they were about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Here's the thing, I saw the number that he had typed in. So I left the shop, called the number, said to the person, hey, look, you've just been rung up by this particular tool shop. Not gonna name them, I don't wanna shame anybody. You've told them that there are some more of these little plastic gas valves somewhere in Melbourne. They told me the name of the other tool shop. It was about a 20-minute drive away. Now, I will say the name of this tool shop because the experience that I had with these people was completely different. Sydney Tools. Now, I know that I'm in Melbourne and it's Sydney Tools. It might sound confusing, but Sydney Tools is the name of the company. Walked into Sydney Tools, explained the situation to him, told him about the fact that I didn't realise that they didn't supply these with this anymore. He said, I had no idea that they'd started doing that as well. The gentleman in Sydney Tools spent half an hour with me going through every single box of gas on their shelves to see if there were any slightly older gas cylinders that would still have these nozzles. We managed to find 4 of these nozzles. This gentleman spent half an hour of his time to find me a product which I can buy online for $10 for about 4 or 5 of these things. Yes, I had to buy the gas cylinders. So, I mean, all over it came to just over $100. But the customer experience, what I experienced between one tool shop and the other tool shop was like night and day. One of the shops, Sydney Tools, wanted to help me. They wanted to try and solve this problem. Even though that it wasn't a massive financial win for them, However, we'll come back to that in a moment. They went out of their way to help me get out of the problem that I was in. Now I now know that I need to buy 4 new nail guns in the next few months so that I can use the new gas cylinders that are being used. That's going to cost me $4,000 for those nail guns. I know whereabouts I'm going to be going to buy those nail guns. And I know for sure one store that I will not be going to buy those nail guns. So the reason why I tell you this story is because I want you to think about the customer experience. You've got to think about what is the knock-on effect? What is the experience that we're creating for that customer? Because I'm now going to use this story on stage. I'm going to be talking about this and how one tool shop was great versus the other one, which was really unhelpful. I'm going to use it as a story that I can share to talk about customer experience. I'm probably going to refine it a bit more because I'm telling this story straight after the weekend and it's kind of clear in my mind. But think about the customer experience. What feeling are you leaving in your customer's mind and body when they leave that store? What are they saying about you when they go and talk about you to other people? What message are they sharing about your company as they move out and about in the world? One small thing, helping one person find a little piece of plastic, can have a knock-on effect which can turn into a snowball. So I want you to think about that. If you're in business, you're dealing with customers. What is the experience that you're creating? What is your little plastic nozzle moment that you're creating for your customers?